Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. Isn't it lovely to say that after yesterday? Did you miss us? I know we were off air yesterday. We were doing some essential maintenance to our website, but we are back and we are, well, we're raring to go and we're raring to go. Woo. I'm in a bit of a strange mood today. I warn you, we were just talking about it before the show. We're raring to go with a masterclass for you. It's basically a masterclass when we concentrate on a certain type of product or a certain technique. And today, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. It is all about the alphabets, which is awesome, which are going to be great for personalization and a whole host of other wonderful things. Now, we need as well, don't we, a great crafty friend to take us through all of the letters over the next couple of hours. And I'm glad to say we've got one because Jan is here with me in the studio. Jan, how are you? Are you ready for a game of like Crafty Countdown today?
I know, it's like, we could spell out anything, couldn't we, with all these? We've got so many different alphabets to show today, and that's my job, is to show you how to use those during the alphabet. So, during the show, it's catching, Joe, during the show. All right, so I'm just going to throw a few samples in just to show you which alphabets we're working with. If you've already got these at home, you might want to craft along. If not, we've got them available for you. So we've got the left fold alphabet. So I'm just going to show you one of each sample just to get us started, and then we'll get into demos later. So the left fold alphabet is literally as it says. It opens out from the left of your card and reveals whatever you put underneath, whether it's a photo, whether it's a picture, anything like that. We've also got, I know you're not supposed to have favourites, but I'm just going to leave it just there because anything that's got butterflies on, you know, if you were watching me last week, I'm sold on butterflies. So our butterfly alphabet, yeah, I've got some home decor coming up with this one later on. We've also got the balloon alphabet coming up, and I've got a bit of a surprise for you, Joe, with this one this afternoon. So we've got the balloon alphabet there. So you could literally, you know, like we said, personalise anything. It could be for a birthday, it could be for an anniversary, a wedding, whatever you fancy. We've also got the make a statement alphabets on, which is an initial letter, and then each letter has its own corresponding word with it. So on this particular one for G, we've got gorgeous. All right, and then finally we've got our shadow alphabet as well. So again, just lifting it out makes it look 3D. Even if you use it flat on your card, the way that one's been designed still gives you that idea that there's some 3D element going on there. So fantastic. So 5 different alphabets to talk you through over the next 2 hours on the show.
Oh, awesome. And we always, I know we say this a lot in shows, whenever we bring you a certain type of our alphabets, we always say there is a place for all of the alphabets that we bring you. They all give you something different to your cards, to your projects, to your scrapbooks, whatever it is that you're creating. So it was really lovely to have them all together on the one show. So I think if you don't have any alphabets in your stash at the moment, if you've already got alphabets, some of these, you're going to absolutely love this show. So we're going to give you so many hints of the Royal Week. Jan is going to give you so much inspiration and education. But I think if you didn't yet have an alphabet and you wanted, you know, a show that was going to really give you an idea of which one it was that you want to go for, then this is definitely that show. And we've got lots of awesome deals for you in the show as well. What I would say as well is I'd love it for you to get in touch with me today as well. Now, if you want to do that, you can do that over on social media. So on Facebook, over on Crafters TV Facebook page, I'll be monitoring the conversation on the live feed over there. You can get in touch with us on YouTube as well if you wish. We want pictures today. So, and I did say, didn't I, when I was here on Monday, that we wouldn't be with you yesterday. Therefore, you had some time to do some extra crafting, and I wanted to see some pictures of what you've been up to. So a great chance for you to send those in to me, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. It's also today Christmas card day. Was it national or international, Laura? International Christmas Card Day. Mine are in my bag to be posted, but I would love to see either some of the Christmas cards that you've created and sent out to people, or maybe some of the favourite ones that you've received. And again, you can send pictures of those to me at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk as well. So it's up to you, whatever you want to send in to me. We're going to start off with what I have a feeling is going to be the star of the show today. It is the Schmetterlings. It is our butterfly alphabet. Now, we're going to show you loads of different alphabets as we go through this show. They all have their own sort of unique flavour. This one, I think, surely is up there maybe as the cutest one of all of them, because what you've got here is these your alphabet, and you're going to get A to Z, and you're going to get the ampersand in there as well. But what you have the ability to do as well, let me just show you on one of these ones here. I've got no nails today, that's the problem. Is you can, I need a pokey tool, Jan.
Oh no.
You can actually lift up, there we go.
Joe, but there's no telling where it might end up.
That sounded really ominous, Jan. You got the ability to lift up their wings just here as well. So it means that you can add loads of extra texture to these if you want to. So you're going to get the uppercase, you're going to get the lowercase as well, and you're going to get the numbers for that price as well, which I think is absolutely awesome. If you want to get the uppercase, the lowercase, and the numbers all together, that is how you get the best value for money. £105 in the UK, that becomes £94, sorry, £84. What great value as a platinum member. And if you're in the US, $104 as a platinum member. So what that also means is that everyone's going to get free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling, which I think is absolutely lovely, don't you? So they'll be coming up in the show later. There are others as well. Go yourself over to the website and have a look. We've got the left folds, we've got the shadow alphabets, we've got the balloon alphabets on the show as well. And we'll be showcasing all of those as we go through the show. If you want to get the butterfly alphabets individually, they are all available individually on the website for you as well. So if you want to go just for the uppers, just for the lowers, or just for the numbers, it's completely up to you. Right, we're going to move on to some cardstocks that we've got for you on the show. I say cardstocks because it is 230 GSM, which is a really good all-round card weight of cardstock. It's double-sided, which is fabulous, and it's got a very, very fine linen texture to it as well, which makes it beautiful. £17.99. You've got some options here, so you can go for the neutral tones, which are these ones just here. You've got 36 sheets in each of these. You've also then got as well the warm tones, which are here, gorgeous pinks, and this red here, see this one, oh, isn't it just gorgeous? £17.99, £22.45 for this one. You've also then got the sunflower as well, which is beautiful. Lovely burnt oranges and yellows and gorgeous greens there as well. So you can go for that one, or what you can do is go for the cool tones as well. Cool tones is your favourite at the moment because I think it's because you've got that one in there, the purple, the iconic Crafter's Companion purple, through into your turquoises, or as Nigella might say, turquoises, and then onto as well cool tones. We're going to have to give a bit of context because I feel like this is going to come up a lot of times during the show, Jan. Nigella was on 2 nights ago. I think you guys get Nigella in the States as well, Nigella Lawson, and she referred to, because she comes up with very strange names for things all the time, you know, very sort of, let's call them extra pronunciations, Jan, and she called the microwave the microwave. So that's what we're going to call it here now. Just going to go and pop my soup in the microwave. Yeah. How funny.
It's a bit like your foliage, Joe.
Foliage.
She's copied you, hasn't she? Let's face it.
She really has. Foliage, microwave. I mean, you know, me and Nigella, we've cut from the same cloth, I think, Jan.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That is what it is. Loads of you saying hello as well already, which I love. Heidi. Heidi's saying hi from Ohio, so it's Heidi Hi from Heidi in Ohio.
Oh, that's a lot of highs.
Mary saying, yesterday I was lost without Crafters TV. Everything is okay. I love Jan's demo. Also, Susie saying was having Crafters TV withdrawals yesterday, had to actually do some work. Oh gosh, I bet your boss was pleased. And also Betsy saying here as well, good morning from Houston, Texas, I miss you. I was looking for a comment, I nearly played a video instead, which would have been dangerous, that's all I can say. Kerry said as well, she said yesterday on Facebook, on Fans Crafts Companion H10 actually, I'm missing Crafts TV so much. I'm rather new, but I'm definitely addicted to the camaraderie, the laughter, the absolute fabulous instructors and presenters, your comments and our family support for one another. I truly appreciate this lovely group.
That's lovely.
Lovely.
Isn't that lovely? And
How lovely
think,
is that?
I think it's nice as well that people take the time to actually write the comments like that, because it's really nice to hear. As much as we love having you watching us, you know, it's like the interaction is the bit that makes it sort of more enjoyable, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And obviously, I think we have too much fun sometimes,
I think, yeah, we could be charged with that, couldn't we, Joe?
I think if we were on other networks, we would definitely be getting a sternly worded email sent to our bosses, but we can get away with it here.
Having too too much fun.
We do have too much fun. We really, I mean, can you have too much fun? I don't know. I don't think you can. Something else that we've got on the show as well, which is what we're going to start with, is this gorgeous Gemini left fold alphabet. I think I am right in saying actually that it's the most recent of all the launches that we've got on the show for you. It's also incredible value for money as well. So what you're going to get is you're going to get the left fold alphabet, you're going to get the left fold numbers, and then you also get 2 stamp and die sets with it as well. What I love about this is that it's very modern, gives you lots of texture, but gives you a really lovely aperture to work with as well. So you want to play around with other textures behind it, like glitter card or mirror card or matte mirror or any of those things. Absolutely, you have then got the option to do that as well. Oh, Pam says, hi Jan Jack, sorted out my craft room. All my Christmas stash dies packed away in my mobile craft room, ready for next year. I just want to make the snowflakes, and if they work out, then make them as gifts. Loads of you taking the opportunity to do. Shut the front door, shut the back door, run around the bakery naked, Jan, because you are not going to believe what National Day it is today in the US.
Oh, go on. What we got?
National Pastry Day.
Oh, what?
I mean, if there was a day that was made for me, honestly, I am 96% pastry at most times, Jan.
Oh,
National Pastry Day.
Brilliant. I've not heard of that one, but do we have a National Pastry Day?
What's your favourite pastry, Jan?
I'm feeling left out. Oh, now then, would it be sweet or savoury, I suppose?
Oh, savoury all the way for me.
A savoury paste. I like a cheese and onion pasty.
Oh, that is a solid choice.
They don't like me, but I do love a cheese and onion pasty, Joe, yes.
Where I've just moved to, I've moved next to a very, very hipster bakery, which is a sourdough bakery and viennoiserie. I don't even know what it means, but they do beautiful pastries. Do very nice croissants. I do like a nice sort of cinnamon bun, or one of those lovely pastries with cheese and bacon on the inside of it.
Yes.
Yummy.
Yes.
Absolutely yummy. Right, we're nearly quarter of an hour in, Jan, and we still haven't actually done any work. So, do you think we better get on with it?
We'll be accused of having too much fun again.
We are.
If we're not careful. Yep. Right. So, starting with that left fold alphabet. So, the way we're going to work today is I'm going to show you how to use. If you've not come across the alphabets before, we're going to go through in a bit of detail how to use each alphabet and how it differs one from the other. Okay. And I've got some cards to do, and I've got some home decor projects, and I've got a little surprise for our Joe later as well. So. He doesn't know about this yet. I hinted at it earlier, but he doesn't know. So I'm just going to show you a few more samples. We had a quick look at the beginning, but these are all that left fold, and they really do make a bit of a showpiece. The stamp across the top here on this one that says birthday is part of the stamp set, along with the little balloons and the cupcake. But when we actually lift these letters, you can see, if I turn it which way we're going, that way, you can see the black underneath makes a real backdrop for them. And again, that could be your glitter card, it could be a handmade background that you've made. If I bring in a totally different colour, used it to make the word birthday boy. All right, I'm actually going to do, my demo is going to be a baby girl one, so it's sort of like the opposite colours of this one. We had to start with pink, didn't we? Let's face it. And then what about Mr. and Mrs.? You know, if you've got weddings coming up, I know they've all been a bit different this year. But again, just lifting these letters reveals what's going on underneath there. They're really, you know, but you could make any combination. You know, we've got lots of weddings. I've actually been to a Mrs. and Mrs. wedding. Oh. Could be a Mr. and Mr. wedding. You know, because you can do it with your alphabet, you can make anything you want. And I don't think they're as easy to find in the stores as we think they are.
No, I've been to a Mr. and Mr. I've not been to a Mrs. and Mrs. yet.
Yes.
There you go.
And then, of course, bringing the numbers in, you know, you can personalise your cards. We've got a little easel card there using those nesting dies on that we had a couple of weeks ago. So bringing those in. But again, the numbers lift to the left. So they're just anchored. It just puts a score line in on the left-hand side of each, whether it's a letter or a number, so that you can lift them out. And then the last one I picked out was, again, those numbers on there, you know, so again, you can personalise. It's easy to get sort of 18th, 21st, and then those big 0 birthdays. But when you come to the ones in the middle, they're not as easy to find. So again, any particular number you want.
Now, that's a nice use of those stamps that are included as well, Jan, isn't
it? Yes, it is, isn't it? Making the background in there as well, yeah. So let's get on to demo then. Let's move those to one side out of the way. I'll pop those over there for a second and bring in that set of alphabets. So this is what we get in our packet. So if we can just have a little look at that one. This is how it comes to you. And when I take this out of the packet, we've actually got a full set of the alphabets going on there. So let me just pop that to one side. So we've got capital letters in this one. All right. Obviously they're the wrong way round when they're on the die, but when we cut them, this is the bit that it takes getting used to, because we have to flip them over when we're cutting them. And then when I turn them over, you've got the remainder of the alphabet. So A to Z there with those capital letters, and then you get the numbers from 0 to 9 and the ampersand as well. So what I'm going to do today then, I want to spell the word baby. Okay, so we're going to take B, A and the Y off here. And we'll double those up. Right, so let's pop those to one side. I need some Gemini plates, which I got organised. There they are. They were hiding in a safe place then, Joe. And then what I've done, you know, those paper pads, I'm coming back to them again. They're like a staple. It's like having bread in your bread bin, having these textured pads on your cardstock.
There's never any bread in my bread bin, let me assure you, Jan.
It's like reach to them nearly every time. So this is out of that lovely pinks and purples ones. Obviously, we're going for the baby girl, so we've gone pink. And then I've taken a little piece of our stamping card and just cut it a wee bit smaller. And what I'm going to do is cut through both of these layers together. So rather than stick it together in its entirety, I'm just going to pop just a few of the little dots off my tape pen on a couple of corners, just to sort of semi anchor it, and then line it up with the border. And I'm going to take that back off again when I finish. So let's have a go then. We'll do 2 runs through because we need to use the B twice. So I'm going to lay these in place. Make sure that we've got enough space. I want these at the bottom like this. And I'll explain why I've used the 2 layers when we've cut them. So just ease that up a bit to be able to fit them all in. And then I need to stick these down because I don't want them to move. So let's just pop the B and the A, and then we'll run it through again with the B and the Y. So we'll do these 2 first. Just push that one down a second just to make sure that they're lined up. All right, we'll leave that one for a second. So they are just a thin metal die. They will go through any of your machines, including your little Mini. I'm actually going to pop this, because I've got the background with it, I'm going to pop it through my junior plates on the big Gemini. It's
awesome.
My favourite combination.
Loads of people letting us know that they missed us. Betsy says, good morning from Houston, Texas. I missed y'all yesterday, is what she says. We missed you as well, we did. Amy Smithson says, watch out for that pokey tool, Joe. You never know where it might end up. Ruth says she missed us so much yesterday she had to go back and catch up on a programme that she'd given up on because she needed some craftiness. If you may, I'd love to know, what did you do with your day yesterday? What did you do with your Crafters TV free day? Let me know over on social media.
Right, so I'm going to flip my plate over and then
you know what you could change this into, don't you? You could make a card that said, baby shark do do.
Oh, you could, couldn't you?
You could basically write whatever you want.
You know, you've just put that in my head now, Joe, for the rest of the show, haven't you?
Fine. That's
my little grandson loves it when we sing that to him, honestly.
I love it when people sing it to me. It just doesn't happen anywhere near enough, Jan, is the problem.
Well, I'll remember that. I'll remember that. I'll send you a voicemail.
Oh, thanks. I would love that. Like a little lullaby to get me off of an evening.
Right, so we're just going to run that through a second time with those other 2 letters, Joe.
Should I say as well, I love these left-hand folded alphabets. We'll be making lefties cards for all my lefty friends and family. I'm a lefty, you know, left-handed.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that,
Are you left-handed, Jan?
No, I'm right-handed.
Who's left-handed here? Bernie's left-handed.
I didn't realise that. See, I learn something every day.
But I only write with my left hand.
Yeah.
Like, play tennis, do all the other things with my right hand.
Right, let me just pop these to one side. Get rid of my plates for a second. Get rid of the tape, and I'll show you what we've actually done. We'll put those back on there in a second. So, the reason I cut them both together, I'm just going to slightly lift this apart now. And when I did this at home, it did tear the back layer a little bit, but I wasn't too worried because we're going to stick it back on eventually. But yeah, I'm just easing it off where I stuck it because I want the 2 layers separate now. And what I'm going to do is take my little snips and we're going to cut the white alphabet away. So it pops a score line in, because normally you would open these up and you would fold them out to the left here. You see? But what I'm going to do is just pop in with my snips, and I'm actually going to cut these away. I don't want the white layer. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with them when we've chopped that white one out. So just down that score line, I'm going to take the letters out. So all the way down, I can see where it's scored it to actually fold it back. Now you could save these and use these because I'm actually creating that word a second time here. So you could save these and use them on another card. But what I want to do here is actually see the pink ones come through the white. All right, so let's just take that last one, and you can see where they're just anchored. Where I'm cutting is where they're anchored to fold to that left-hand side. So again, you can do this with your snips. If you're handy with a craft knife, you could do it with a craft knife, just to take those out. So again, you've got a stencil going on there. I've got tape stuck to me already. And then what I'm going to do is lay it back on here, and because we cut them together, we're going to get rid of those spare pieces. We don't need those. And we're actually going to bring these ones to left fold through.
Oh, I love that.
The white. So just to lift them, because we cut them, we know that we've got exactly the right shape.
And what sort of weight cardstock are you using here, Jan?
This is actually the pinks from those pads, Joe. So
awesome.
I think
230 GSM.
230 is it, and then the 300 GSM stamping card, which I use. You know, we were talking the other day about it being called stamping card. I use it for all sorts. So this is where we're heading with it, just to lift those through. Now I don't want to see, obviously I've got it on my craft mat at the minute, I don't want to see sort of anything behind there other than something pretty. So if I just swap this one over here, you can see I've done exactly the same, but I've run my top layer through an embossing folder just to give it a bit of texture as well. But we've got to the same stage here where these letters just lift through. Couple of little gems on there, and then a piece of our lovely silver glitter card.
Oh, gorgeous.
When we pop that behind, I've left enough to leave a little border, but then you can see, can you see that glitter peeking through the letters from the back? It just looks stunning. So this could be, you know, whatever colour combination you fancy. And then the stamp sets, I'll just pop that to one side. You get 2 separate stamp sets with this collection as well. And I've been naughty because I used a little bit from each, I must admit. So Joyful Birthday, we get the dies and the stamps. Oh no, I didn't use it from each. I've used it from that one, I think. Yep. So I've actually got the, you see the little banner there?
Oh, lovely.
We've got the birthday banner and the die to cut it out. So
and I bet you'll use that with a whole host of other projects as well, those stamps and dies, Jan.
Honestly, have to be with the alphabets, yeah. I mean, there's some lovely little embellishments in here as well, but you can see where I've just stamped and I've used the die to cut that one out in the pink. So this is going to be one of my embellishments. We'll pop those up at the top. And then I didn't use the stamp for this one. I just cut the die, and I've just used the little flower there to cut 2 or 3 flowers as embellishments as well, just with a gem in the middle. So we'll pop those to one side, and then you know that I'm always, we had a conversation about gutting card on Sunday, Joe. You know that I'm always pinching bits out of the middle of my card. So again, I've got a card blank here, which is, I think it's a 7 by 7, and piece of pattern paper to go with it. But can you see where I've stamped and cut my banner out?
Yes.
Nobody's going to see this bit under here. I'm going to cover it up.
Unless it falls apart, and then they're going to think, well, that Jan,
cheapskate.
isn't she a bit stingy? Look, she's been cutting bits out my card.
Yeah. So again, when
Make sure you use your collal and you'll be fine, you see.
I am going to use my collal. It's funny you should say that, Joe. So whenever it's cardstock to cardstock, we're going with the collal glue. So let's just lay this layer down, and then we've got a bit of matting and layering to do. This side would have looked equally pretty, wouldn't it? Right, so this was from, I'm trying to think which paper pad we're from here.
That, to me, I feel like now, Mastermind, this might be my chosen subject, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Crafter's
think.
Companion paper pads from January 2020 onwards. That
Your
would be
chosen
it.
subject. I've got that many paper pads. I'm not sure which one it's from, this one. But any of your plate paper, you know, my stash of paper pads is just getting ridiculously
Do you know
over.
what? I've had a brainwave, Jan.
Go on.
When we're allowed to do Craftaganza again, we should have a quiz, and that could be a round, couldn't it?
It
Guess
could.
the paper
Paper
pad.
pad,
What
yeah.
an
Which
awesome round
paper
that
is
could
this
be.
one from?
Yeah, and it could be like
Oh.
tiny little obscure bits of the paper pad.
Yeah.
And then you try and work it out.
Yeah,
I think
you
we
could.
make
Or
that
you
happen.
could, we could sort of challenge you as to, this is one side, what's on the reverse, Joe? If it's a double-sided paper pad.
Well,
Ooh.
maybe you'd get 2 points. You'd have to guess what the other side was from maybe 4 options.
That's honestly, match them up. It could
Yeah.
be like a matching exercise.
I'm
So-
terrible with quizzes, Jan, you know.
I'm not very good.
Really bad.
I like to think I am. When you're watching them, you know, on the TV, you think, oh yeah, I could do that, I could do that. But then
It's
when
the
it
pressure,
actually
isn't
comes
it?
to it, Yeah, I would hate to do it live.
If you were going to go on any game show / quiz show, Jan, what one would it be?
Wow, now then, that's a question, because I do like watching game shows. I don't know. I do quite like Family Fortunes.
Family Fortunes.
Yeah,
yes,
to go on
that
with
is a
the
good
family.
shout.
That one would be quite good.
Mine would be Deal or No Deal, because you need no skill and you can win loads of money.
Yeah, that's a good one as well.
So I don't have to be intellectual at all, which I'm not, and I could win £250,000.
What about Laura, what about the cube? You'd be good on there.
Our Laura would be good on the cube.
She'd storm that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I've just gone to my tacky glue now. I've got the little applicator, but I don't want to stick the letters down. But because I'm sticking onto my glitter card, I've just gone to the PVA glue, and we're just going to layer this up. I've got a little bit. We'll take the hair away, Jan. We don't need that bit. Okay. So we're just going to layer that onto the glitter card, and I haven't stuck the letters because I still want those to be able to lift and see that glitter card underneath. So just give that a second to adhere, and then my little banner I'm going to pop flat. So we'll just pop that one on the top. But this, I've just got sort of different ideas for how you can be using these alphabets today. And you can see how quick it was to cut those. If you were making a longer card, you could be spelling out a name. Could be a door plaque for a children's bedroom door or something like that. And then again, I've just got those little tiny flowers. We'll stick with the glue there. I'm just going to use those. Let's have a look. I've got a sentiment there. Let's pop the sentiment on first, and we'll use the decorations to match. So that one's going to go just there, and then I would just got the flowers just to give a little bit of extra decoration going on. So we'll have one there, we'll have one at the top there, and as long as you don't put them too close to the letters, because obviously we don't want those not to be able to open, I'm just going to bring one right down at this side here. Okie dokes.
Just having a little giggle to myself there,
There's
Jan.
all sorts going off over the other side of the studio.
Yeah,
you could see, I'm trying to concentrate
I couldn't find something, and Laura was adamant it was here, and I was like, it's definitely not. So Laura came through from the gallery. She's having a look behind here. Turns out I'd already picked it up and put it on the side, ready to show you, and that's where it was. Dear. Really safe.
So there we go then. That's using that left fold, which all lift up there to reveal that gorgeous glitter card underneath there. So we've got a baby girl on that one. Could just as easily baby boy. If you already know the name of the baby, you could personalise it with a name. They'd look gorgeous in the shadow boxes with, when we do the dates of birth and the weights and things like that. You could stamp those in. Absolutely beautiful. Yep. So that's the left fold alphabet. That's our first demo there then.
And what I love about these is, do you know what they're a bit like? They remind me almost a bit like the Hollywood sign. They're quite bold, aren't they? But they could be quite theatrical.
They couldn't they? That's a good idea.
There's loads of different ways that you can use these. This is them done just on some purple matte mirror card with a little bit of black backing behind it. So that's absolutely one way that you could use it, which is awesome. Then also you're getting included in there as well the numbers, which is great. So you're going to get the ampersand in there too. Also in this collection, I mean, if you just got those two for £59 or $70, I think that would be awesome value. However, you're also going to get the Heartfelt Wishes stamp and die set. And this is great because it's got all of these sort of floral elements to it, the foliage, as you can see. And you've also got as well some sentiments in there too, some little schmetterlings in there as well. Lovely, lovely stamp and die set. And then also you're going to get this one as well, which is the Joyful Birthday there, as you can see. Which is awesome. £59 or $70 if you want to get your hands on those ones. $47.20 as a platinum member, which is awesome here in the UK. As a platinum member in the US, $56 is what you'd be looking at. So really, really good value for something that is so, so versatile. There are lots of other as well alphabets in this show. And I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll manage to get to all of them for you. Another set we've got is the Stamp and Die balloon alphabet here for you. Is that price right on that? That is awesome. Crazy, value. Isn't it? £17 or $27. That is really, really great value on that one. That is the stamps and the dies that you get there. We've also got the make statements for you as well. Now these are a big die with a word that you then stamp out next to it. What I would say is get yourself over to the website and have a little look at all the sort of different words that you've got there together. But you don't need to just use the letter and the stamp. Of course, you can just take the dies. If you wanted to do big things like home decor and door plaques and door hangings, they would be awesome for that. We've also got the shadow alphabet available for you in the show as well. Great prices for you in this show. £42 or $67 to get the shadow alphabet collection, which is a really, really awesome price for that one. I remember launching that not so long ago at a much, much higher price. Now we're going to come back. And we're going to come back to what I think potentially are going to be your favourite alphabets in this show. It is, of course, the butterfly alphabet and numbers die collection. So you've got in here, what you've got is the uppercase, which is awesome. So you can see you've got all of your uppercases here. And what you've also then got is it cuts in the detail for you, and then you stamp in this butterfly detail, and I love the fact that you can manipulate those wings there as well. So you've got the uppercase and the lowercase, which is brilliant because that then gives you the most amount of options when it comes to how these are going to look, and you're going to get the numbers included in there as well. You do get two awesome stamp sets in there for you as well, which is brilliant. So you're going to get these two just here. So you also get this. So these are your Flutterby florals. That's what's got in there the butterfly stamp, which you're going to then stamp over those alphabets as well. I love that you get it in 3 different styles too. And then you also get more butterflies as well in here with the butterflies and bees. So you get all of that, which is an awesome, awesome deal. £105 if you are in the UK. If you're getting them in the US, $130. Club Inspire Platinum members are £84 or $104. So everyone's going to get these sent out to them free of charge as well. So no postage and packaging or shipping and handling to pay on these whatsoever, which is absolutely awesome. Now, if you did just want to go for the uppercase, or you want to just go for the lowercase, or maybe the stamps that are in there, all available individually for you as well. And if you're spending over £40 or $40 on the individuals, we'll give you an extra 10% off, which is absolutely awesome. So it's completely up to you how you go for them. Lots of you still chatting away. Tessie says we were designing and crafting tags with Craig on Facebook last night for over 2 hours. 2 hours? I thought he was just doing quick, cheeky little quick videos, Jan.
5 minutes, and I think he was nearer 3 hours according to his post this morning. So they were obviously having fun.
He obviously loved it.
Didn't catch the one last night, but I've watched the others. He's having a ball with the advent calendar.
Yeah, he really loves it. Teresa says, I'm a lefty too. I mainly just write with my left hand. However, it looks terrible. My handwriting looks like I'm writing with my toes. Mine too, Teresa. Teresa Robinson says, awesome technique, Jan. Thank you so much for that. Vicky was very productive yesterday. She says, I cleaned the kitchen, I watched some Christmas movies and went for a cheeky nap. What made the nap cheeky? That's what I want to know, Vicky. And the hubby woke me up when he came home. How rude. Susan says as well, if the right side of the brain controls the left side, then left-handed people are the only ones in their right minds.
Oh, that's a bit clever, isn't it?
Love a bit of a riddle
Very
there.
Clever there, yeah.
The riddle there on a Wednesday, which is awesome. These butterflies, though, Jan, super, super cute, aren't
Honestly, anything that's got a butterfly on sort of gets me, I must admit. As I say, we're not supposed to have favourites, but they're all lovely to work with, but I particularly like this one. So again, just got you a few samples, and then I've actually got a piece of home decor to show you for this one. So again, just cutting them out and using them there to make the baby card. And again, the little butterflies on here, these ones just lift. I've got a pokey tool, you see, so I can get under there. Just lift up, and you can see if I tip it on its side, can we see where are we?
Yeah, I can see that.
The dimension on it, yeah?
I can see that there.
Fantastic. And then again, just look how different they look you know, we've got that sort of happy, and then this one turns into a tweezle, Joe, a twisted easel.
Oh, a tweezle, I've not even called that before.
Yeah, a tweezle, a twisted easel. But again, you know, just a different arrangement. And then the background here is using some of the stamps in the stamp sets, which I'll show you when we get round to demo. So you can make your own backgrounds. And again, why not? We've got Mr. and Mrs. again coming up. All right, and again, that's one of the background stamps there that we've used, and some of the accessories. You can see those little leaves and things. So beautiful, beautiful alphabet. So we've gone from very pastel to very, very bright. So again, you know, using your inks with them. The black card always makes the colours pop, it really does. And then that lovely black border around there is one of the stamps out of the stamp set that comes with it. And then again, going back to the pastel colours, it just shows you how different from capitals to lowercase there, and again creating that background with our Spectrum Noir inks there. So yeah, nice range of samples. So we'll have a look at them, see what you actually get. So let me just pop those to one side.
I love that they're not all done. All the samples, when you see them, are not all kind of pretty and pinky and pastel-y. I love that some people have used the darker tones and they still work really well.
They do, you know, sort of, it can be geared up, if you're doing it for yourself, obviously to your own likes, but I think, you know, with something like this, you can gear it up to the recipient. So if you know that your friend's favourite colour is blue, for example, then, you know, you're sort of away with it. You've got those lovely textured card packs to make the mats and layers. Get your paper pads out, get your alphabets out. Personalisation is great, you know, and especially for if you know, went to buy things in a shop, you'd be struggling to find things with. I know my girls' names, one of the eldest one, we could never find anything with her name on when she was little. And again, names that are not spelt traditionally, you know, you can't always find stuff in the shop. So you can, you know, the alphabets, you can do them whatever. So let's have a look then. In this particular set, we have got a capital letter alphabet, and we've got the lowercase, so you're getting tons in this set for your money, all the way through the alphabet there. And you also get 2 pieces of metal, so you get the means to cut the mat in the background, so you can see the black layer on here, and then you get the letter as well, so you're getting like a 2-part for each one, which is why this one's got the 52 pieces. We've got 54 pieces in there because we've got that lovely ampersand in there at the back again, you can see there. Okay, and then along with that we get the 2 stamp sets, and you can see on this one particularly, you can see where that background stamping came from. We've got the harlequin. I'm actually going to use the flowers and the leaves on this one, and then the little butterflies are just sized right to overstamp the letters when they're die cut, and I'm going to show you that when we get going. So I chose the lowercase alphabet for this one, so we'll get those out. And again, we've got, oops, now then, I've got something, there we go. I'll say I've got a little bit missing there. So I'm going to spell the word dream this time. So we need to take off the D, an R, an E, and I'm taking both pieces off, A and the M. Now I've done some of these in advance, so we'll probably not die cut them all, but I'll show you the technique behind it. So to start with the die cutting then, I'm going to bring my Gemini plates, and again these will all fit through your mini upwards. So again, if you're crafting, you know, if you like to craft and cut things out while you're away from your actual craft desk, the MIDI will travel with you and you can use those. So I've got some scraps of card at the ready. I've got one of those lovely purples out of that textured pad. And I'm going to cut, we'll do the D at the beginning. I'm going to cut my background out of the purple. So we'll just secure that one down. We'll be able to cut both of these at once. And then I've just got some cream card out of my stash. And we're going to cut the actual letter. Oh gosh, it's sticking to me. Out of the cream. So we're going to layer up cream on the purple. So let's pop both of those through. Again, thin metal die, so they just need your normal plate combination. They will fit through any machine. If you haven't got any of the Gemini range, they will fit through all your other machines. They're just a thin metal die, as are all of our alphabets. But I know a lot of you guys out there have got one, at least one of the Geminis, if not more than one. I know a lot of you have got a full family out there. I've nearly got a full family. I thought I'd got them all. What one are you missing? Which one am I missing? I haven't got the MIDI yet.
Oh.
Yes, I'm feeling a bit bereft. I've got it on my wish list. Oh. Yes.
I'm glad you're not being dramatic about it, Jan.
No, not at all. Not at all.
V Renee says she just got her left fold alphabet collection. Wait and see some amazing demonstrations. Rose says, while I was making my tea, I found one of my Black Friday purchases waiting for me.
Oh, lovely.
So many treats. A lot of you talking about game shows as well. What is your favourite game show? Let me know in the comments over on Facebook or across on YouTube. What is your favourite game show? Definitely the one I would be in is Deal or No Deal, Jan, because that's, I think, the easiest one.
I used to watch that. We actually...
Every day. My mum used to watch it religiously.
I used to
every single
record
day.
it, Joe, so that I could watch it when I was at school. I used to watch it when I got in from school. My husband says, I can't believe we're recording it.
But it's just the same thing happens just the same things happens every day. It's like, I don't know, do you guys have it in the US, Deal or No Deal? Basically, it's like 21 boxes and they've all got a monetary number in, and the person who gets drawn, they win basically what's in their box. It went on for years and years and years in the UK. It was one of the most popular shows. But it was like the most predictable TV ever. I don't know how it was so popular. The one I would most like to be on, though, from a fun factor, Jan, would be, of course, the Generation Game, because I just think that used to make me howl. Me and a pottery wheel and this laugh. Can you imagine? Yeah. I think it'd be fabulous.
There's been a fair few presenters on that as well, haven't there, through the years?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that would be the most fun one.
What about another one? I'm rubbish at it, but I love watching Catchphrase as well. I'm rubbish at it.
Jan, just say what you see.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just too obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You say something.
Have you seen the hilarious clips of the one with Gemma Collins on it?
No, I don't think so.
After this show, if you're here in the UK, if you're in the US, you'll have no idea who Gemma Collins was. You're not missing anything. But if you are here in the UK, then absolutely you can go and have a Google of her on Catchphrase. It was on one of those, you know, we have those magazine shows, or, you know, the sort of top moments of like silly TV shows that we have, Jan. It was on one of those, and it was side-splittingly funny, I must say. Yeah.
I shall have to go and have a look for that when we've finished. Right, so just to bring you up to where we're at already then, let me pop this on the cream so that you can see. So we've got that lovely purple mat for the background, and then that's my letter that I've cut out. Now you can stamp onto this butterfly here because his wings are separate. They're not part of, they're just joined in the middle, so you can lift this bit up to create the butterfly. But what I like to do is actually create a second one so that you're getting a bit of dimension. So I've just used a bit of scrap and literally just cut the butterfly element. I've just chopped the other bits of the letters off. And then I'm going to bring in the stamp set. So this one is the Flutter by Florals. And I've taken one of the little butterflies out of here, which are just sized beautifully to fit these little guys that we've cut out. And then just ahead of time, I've stamped and cut out, you can see that lovely floral arrangement there, and I've also cut out some of the leaves and die cut and coloured those in. So I've used my inks, and I've used my I do this a lot, my clear sparkle pen. Oh, nice. Pick up the inks and then you get that lovely sort of sparkly finish. All right, so those are going to be my embellishments for when we put the project together. So the easiest way, now you can do this several ways. You can use one of your stamping platforms and you can literally line up and stamp down. But I personally find it easier to put my stamp on the mat here. I'm going to take, I've chosen Damson Wine to match my purple cardstock. And this is a quick dry one. And literally ink up the stamp there. And then I'm going to take this, turn it over, and then literally just line it up. Let me just get rid of that bit of ink off there that we've cut. I'm going to line this up, and I like to just do it this way and press it down. Because they're so small, literally just pop it on there, and then that will pick up. You can see where it's picked up the, I like that. Bring it up a little bit, you see there? Yeah, I see that. Yeah. So then I'm going to snip out what was left of the card. So obviously I just left that in so that I'd got something to hold on, but I want to take away the actual card there that was left from the letter. Not quite lined it up as best as I could. And then the idea is that this one will go on top. So you've got like a double layer.
A double schmetterling.
A double one, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you can, of course, you know, you can see where we're going here. So you can see where I've layered them up here. We've got exactly the same. And again, you've got the facility. I've stuck the whole letter down, and then I've left the little top butterfly, just added a pearl in the middle there. And we've created the word dream. So we've got DREAM. And I've done this ahead of time because
I had a funny dream earlier in the week,
it does take a little
Jan.
while. You had
a
what,
very
a funny
strange dream earlier in the week. David Dickinson moved in next door to me. True. That was a dream I had earlier in the week, and the dream was only broken on Monday, and I'd had it a few days before. I must have had it about a week ago. Yeah, he was moving in. He was very friendly, very friendly.
Next door, right?
David Dickinson is a very mahogany sort of tanned host of a lot of antique shows here in the UK. They say all dreams mean something, don't they? And I don't know what that means.
Sometimes it's best not to look though,
yeah,
Joe, because I've looked some dreams up and wished I hadn't, because you think, well, where the heck did that come from?
I know.
So all I've done then is I've made a plaque out of some spare. I used the pieces of card inside are the backs off the paper pads that are a little bit thicker. Cut them a couple of times, stuck them together to make a decent weight, and then I've just literally matted and layered with the same colours. So we've got that lovely purple from the pad, which was the same as the background of the letters, and then I've got an emboss. I've just run the top piece through an embossing folder that I'd got at home, and then we're going to arrange these on here, and I've just put some foam pads on the back, and I would start with your outside ones. So I'm literally going to take the backs off here. We've got a little bit of sticking to do, and then I think I've got my glue gun on for the accessories. Now, because again we're going on to an embossed card, ooh, it's alive, I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of the pads for extra insurance. So again, we're going to go about, I'm not going quite central because I'm going to bring the spray of flowers that we stamped in the top here. So I'm literally going to go from each edge, and this is how I sort of get things lined up, because if I started from one end and started putting them all together, you can guarantee I'd have a great big gap at this end. So I've looked at the left hand side, left a little gap, and then I'm going to go across here, and I'm using the grid now on my mat. All right, we'll line that up so that I'm roughly going across this line, and then I'm going to bring this one in about the same width from the edge as this one.
Lovely. You'd end up doing what I do when I write, Jan. My writing's really big at the start, and as it gets towards the end, it gets really, really tiny, and then massive and really, really tiny again.
So just doing it this way, it gives you a chance to sort of, you know, even the spacing out, because the number of times I've tried, and as I say, I've ended up with a big gap at one end, or I've had to sort of overlap a letter because I've run out of space. But doing it this way, it just gives you a chance to get them all in the right spacing. And then we'll lift up the little butterflies. I've got flattened a little bit in transit, so we'll lift up those wings in a second, and then we've just got the E to put on there. And hopefully I've done this in these colours because my guest bedroom now, I've actually got a guest bedroom now, my daughter's moved out. Yeah,
how fancy.
And it's all in this neutral colour and the purple, so I'm hoping that this will hang in there when I finish. So you can see now when we lift these butterflies, that top one that we've stuck on, I've just stuck in the middle so that all those little wings will lift up, and it just looks as if they've settled on the letters there. And then we've got that piece that we stamped. I was going to put that up in the top here, so we'll just bring, whoops-a-daisy, oh, we're all tangled over there, that's it, yep. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue across the middle of there so that that can dry nice, and pop that in the centre there. Just pinched a nice little embellishment out of my stash, and then I've got a couple of the larger leaves and a couple of the smaller leaves, which have all come from that stamp set that we looked at. You can see that one there. Yep, so we've got the leaves that I showed you earlier. So again, we'll just put a little bit of glue on the bottom there, and we're going to tuck those. We'll have a big one and a small one at each side. And again, I just wanted to show you, you know, that when you've got the alphabets, you can do that personalisation, and by moving it into home decor as well, you know, it's not just cards. I love making home decor projects, but then you find that you end up with so many that there's not enough places to stick them all in the house. Right, so I've just got a bit
talking
of
about
glue.
that. Me and my best friend Lee have bought exactly the same flat, basically, Jan, exactly the same footprint, I'm on the 3rd floor, he's on the 2nd floor. So it is the same apartment. And I'm quite maximalist. You can imagine I've got lots of trinkets, and you can imagine what it's like.
Yeah.
Lots of colour and lots of bits on shelves
Really?
and stuff.
You're surprised
loads
me, Joe.
and loads of bits from travels or whatever. Well, Lee, on the other hand, is completely the opposite. And I said to him the other day, I sat in his apartment, I said, Lee, if someone broke into this apartment and tried to find out your identity, I think they'd struggle, they'd have no idea. And he said that was exactly the look he was going for, which I thought was quite sad, Jan. That is beautiful. Maybe
So again,
we could make one of those with Lee on it so we could identify him in his apartment.
We could make one for your door, couldn't we? Make one each for you. Yeah? So yeah, just as I say, it doesn't have to be cards, but those butterflies, you know, imagine that in a colour scheme that would match your own home, and it could be any word, you know, you could have hope on there, dream, it could be joy, you could do Noel if you wanted a Christmas one, all sorts of different sort of opportunities to do with the letters. If you wanted to do exactly the same in the capital letters, that would work just as well. I just chose the smaller letters for sizing on that one. But yeah,
awesome.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. Love that, Jan. Lots of you getting really busy on that collection. You guys are loving that. £105. Let me just recap exactly what you're going to get in there, actually. So let me just grab these again for you. So you're going to get, of course, the uppercase, which is awesome. Now you could use all uppercase, or you could do all lowercase. It's completely up to you how you want to use these. But you are going to get the uppercase, and you're going to get the lowercase, and you're going to then get the numbers as well. So you've really got all the options when it comes to using these, which is fantastic. Don't forget as well that you're not just getting those, you're getting the stamps in there as well. So the stamps are what are going to enable you to add detail onto the actual alphabets themselves, but also going to enable you to sort of complete a full project. You've got some really nice sort of background ideas and bits that you can do with these. Don't forget as well that all of our collections, make sure you're following us over on Pinterest, because you know all of the imagery which was created from the design team, a lot of that all gets uploaded onto Pinterest. So if you ever were stuck for an idea, or you needed, you know, just a bit of an idea on composition or something like that, always go over there and have a little look there. Lots of you talking about game shows in the comments. Susan says she wants Name That Tune to make a comeback. I can name that tune in 3 notes, she says. That's very, very good. Do you ever play Popmaster, Jan?
No, I haven't.
On Radio 2, do you not?
No.
With Ken Bruce?
I'm very big on, we've got a lot of board games at home that we play, but I've not played them on the radio or anything
on the radio.
TV.
Popmaster, 10:30, or I think 10 or 10:30 in the week. It's a very, very difficult music quiz. I can't get any right. Pam Craven says her daughter-in-law and friend were on Pointless. We're waiting for them for it to be aired.
Oh, excellent!
What I love is the celebrity version of Pointless. It's called Pointless Celebrities. You see some of the celebrities that are on there, you may agree. Heidi says, Joe, I'm a lefty too, just for writing and eating. We live in a right-handed, I can eat with both hands. Don't you worry about that, Heidi. Anne says, I was on the Who, What or Where show 1,000,000 years ago. I won $250 and a lovely parting gift, apparently, is what was that gift? I'd love to know. But lots of you, talking about your favourite game shows as well. Angela says, oh, hi, Jan and Joe. Loving demonstrations. Gosh, Generation Game with Brill. I'd love to go on Pointless with my hubby. If we get to the final, though, it may end in divorce. Oh. Well, there you go. I don't think I've ever seen a whole episode of Pointless. Right. Then maybe you'll end up on Jeremy Kyle or Jerry Springer? Jeremy Springer. Jerry Springer. Right, let me move on to the balloon alphabets, because these are absolutely gorgeous. And I think if you wanted to go for an alphabet set and you didn't want to break the bank, you wanted to get yourself a super deal, but you still wanted to be able to do some personalisation, then this might be that alphabet set for you, because £17 to get your hands on this, or $27. It is awesome value for money. If you have got your pigment inks, you're going to love using those with this. What I love these is when some of the samples have been done with like that faux enamelling on them. They look absolutely gorgeous, really versatile. I love how modern they are as well, and they are an awesome price too, which is brilliant. Hopefully we'll get to see these demoed in a little bit more detail a little bit later in the show. Right, I want to move on to the maker's statements for you now. These are big. They really are huge alphabets, these ones, which is brilliant. So you've got options with this. If you're going for the whole thing and you want to use it as sort of a traditional alphabet, then obviously if you're going for the whole collection, you will absolutely be able to do that, which is awesome. You get all the alphabets and you get the ampersand as well. What you can do though, if you want to, is go for them individually. Any three of them are £15 or $20 if you want to go for that. So that's how you would use it as a traditional alphabet. However, every single one of the alphabets comes with a word that you can stamp out next to it, which is awesome. So you can see with a T you're going to get thanks, and that has been heat embossed there, which I think looks absolutely gorgeous. The A has amazing on there, and oh, we've got something extra on the inside. Oh, look at that. What a great card that is, with the 18 on the inside of there as well. So amazing on there, and you've got have an amazing day as your stamps, and then of course if you're getting then we've got that gorgeous numbers on the inside of there as well. The next one is relax. So the R, you've got the relax there. Today is all about you. So that's the stamp sets that you've got with them. So you can see here how you've got two very different ways of using them. Then you've got this one, which is mum and dad, which I think is awesome. Oh, I love this one. How classy does this one look? This one says thanks for being you. Look at that in black and gold. How gorgeous is that? This one here says relax, you're 77, which I would hope you would be relaxed by the time you get to 77. And then you've got love and mum. They go on and on. What I would say is, if you're going for the whole collection, it's the sort of how you're going to get the most amount of craftability out of these. If you did want to get all of them, £105 if you are in the UK, it's $84 if you're a platinum member, or $110 as a platinum member in the US. That means platinum members save £77 or $104. So you've got a great deal on these. They were very, very popular when we launched them. And definitely, Jana, would you agree, one of these, you can either just go for a few of these, or you can go for the whole thing, because there are lots of different ways of using them.
There are, yeah. I mean, I'm going to show you in the demo. I'm going to show you the way that they were sort of planned with the rest of the word with it. But I love the fact that first card you showed, Joe, I'd got them used just as an alphabet again. So there's nothing to stop you if you want to make a nice statement piece in actually using each individual letter to spell out your own word, similar to what I've just done in the last demo. But they were actually designed, I've just got a couple more here that have got different letters on for you. But you can see the C there comes with congratulations, and I just think this is an ingenious idea. Just making that little graduation cap there, just, you know, sort of like a different kind of thinking on that one.
Love
so
that.
Huge congratulations on the little easel card there. And then the U, I love this one. This one's for you, Joe. U is for unique.
Oh.
Our Joe's very unique. And again, I think this one's, is this an easel? Yeah. So we've got an easel card going on there, yeah.
Unique's a nice term for odd, isn't it? Bit weird,
Well,
strange,
Joe.
odd.
Well. What can I say?
Next question. See ya.
So again, we've just used that initial letter there to make the statement literally, and then followed it with the stamping, which is what we're going to do in the demo. And then the S is for special. So again, enjoy your special day. And this is that lovely joyful card, and we've got one of the older collection die pieces in there in the back, but I think that is a lovely card there. So again, you can emboss, you know, use the pigment inks and emboss, or you can use your embossing powders, any way that you want to use them. And I say, if you've got, you know, if you're able to purchase more than one of these sets today, then wow, you could start mixing and matching with the alphabets, you know, which gives you even more scope. Or if you've already got one set at home and you're treating yourself to something else today, mix and match the alphabets as well. I haven't had a chance to do that because I've just demoed each individual alphabet for you, but I bet some of them would look nice mixed and matched as well to give you sort of a different look. So we're going to come back to that, excuse me, that make a statement. So I've picked out the letter N here, and we're going to do just a note. All right, so in your pack then, you're going to get the piece of metal that cuts out the letter, and it's all done with the filigree work. And then you get a set of stamps. Let me just find this one so that we can see better. So So you can see the stamps there. We turn them round. You've got the big capital letter, and I'll show you how this works in conjunction with this the die if you've not seen it before. And then you've got lots of different, so it could be a birthday note, just a note, just for you. So it could be a note just for you, because we've left the A separately. So again, lots of different ways. If you're lucky enough to be able to afford that whole alphabet, you can mix and match all the stamps as well. So obviously this corresponds to the letter, but the other bits in here, you know, you could end up with a happy birthday one there as well. So you know, they're able to mix and match. So what we're going to do then, first of all, is cut the actual die, just to show you what that looks like. And again, I'm going to do it through the mini this time, because they all fit through here. And I just want to show you, again, if you've not seen our little mini, that it is a powerful little machine. Now, I was very, very stingy. I'd been in my scrap box, and you can see that this literally is almost a perfect fit here. So I am going to stick this down. So I don't want it to move. I don't know where. It was literally the tiniest scrap that is just the right width for the letter there. So I'm not wasting. Well there. Not wasting. That was an absolute win. It was what, sorry?
An absolute win.
I know. I don't like wasting anything. So literally just pop that through here, and there's enough pressure in the mini just to get all that lovely filigree cut work. Here we go. So let's pop that to one side. Take out those bits from there. And then if we take this one off, you've got the most gorgeous, I love the design on this. Just take out some of those bits with my pokey tool, but most of them will fall out anyway. And the designs,
detailed, aren't they?
They are, honestly, the designs in them are beautiful. So again, just very, very carefully. It doesn't want to come out, look. There's that much pressure in the little Gemini. Here we go. Pop that to one side, and I think most of the bits have come out there. I'll pop it over the white card so that you can see it in a second, but absolutely stunning just on their own. Really, really pretty. There's all that lovely sort of floral foliage work in there. You know, you could put this on here and then colour through it. You could actually ink over it and then remove it so that you've got the actual sort of ink rather than the letter. Lots of different ways you could use them. The way they've been designed, let me just get rid of all those bits, is to work in conjunction with the stamp. If I bring this in now, you can see that that's the perfect size to go over this. So you can create a background in whatever colour you want to do. So let's pop this on my little stamp platform. And I've just picked out a fairly neutral quick dry ink because of the project that I'm doing. I just wanted this to match the background. So we've got, I think this one's Misty Morning, which is one of the neutral tones. And again, just going to stamp that onto my card just to show you the idea behind this. Okay, so we've got that ink transferred onto there. And then you can see that this is the perfect size to fit over the top and create that little bit of colour behind it. Now you could just stick this onto a piece of cardstock and literally cut round it. So if you wanted to just stick it on and cut round it. But the idea is that you can create any colour. If you've not got the right colour card, you've got everything that you need with the inks to go and stick it behind. So again, I've already prepped it for you. You can see that it's got that lovely colour tone underneath. I've stuck it down and just because there was a flower there on it, I've just added a little tiny flower in this, a little tiny gem in the centre of the flower just there. So that one's good to go.
If you were very disciplined, Jan, you might be able to paper piece those back in, don't you think? But I think you would have to, you'd really have to love it, wouldn't you?
Do you know, there are tricks for doing that, Joe. It's not something I've had a chance to experiment with, but there are tricks, there are products that you can buy that encourage the pieces to stay in the die.
Okay.
Now, we've always worked with encouraging the bits to come out of the die because obviously more often than not you're wanting to poke them out. But I think there is a product on the market, I can't remember who makes it, that encourages them to stay. I've also seen people just spritz the die with water slightly, and again it helps the bits stick into it, and then that way you can actually place this. If you've cut it twice and this had got the pieces still in, you can literally place it over the top and then pop the bits into the right space from the die itself. and it does make it a bit easier and a bit quicker if you like paper piecing. But yeah, that is a really, really good idea.
It is. Mary loves these for scrapbooking, says that they're absolutely perfect size for a scrapbook, Jan. I think that's a really
they're a
good
little
point.
bit bigger, aren't they? So they make a nice statement, a nice title for the scrapbooking pages. So again, this piece of paper is actually one out of my stash. It's not from one of our books, but don't tell anybody. I just wanted it for the purpose I was using it. So what we're going to do then, we're going to have the end down here, and then I'm going to take the rest of the stamps here. So we need the note, which is going to, it just says oat, because we're just going to finish off that word there. And then I also want just a, and I'm going to pop that up at the top, I think, just there. So let me get a black ink pad now. I think we'll do this in black. Yes, I think we will. We'll stick with black. Now then, where did I put, is there. And so what did I do with my little stamping platform? So again, I'm going to use that N as a guideline so that I've got my spacing. Ink up with the black, because I want a nice strong image there. So we'll just keep that as a guideline for spacing. And then I'm just going to pop that bit, we'll go a little bit further over, I think, and just pop that onto, straight onto my cardstock. If you're not confident at, stamping straight onto a design, then just make it as a banner, and you could just add it on as a banner afterwards. So that's that one, and then we want just a, which again I'm going to use the same black ink. Just ink that up with our finesse black. So again, it could be one of the quick dries if you wanted to keep a colour scheme. And then I'm going to go a slight angle on that one. We were talking about this the other day, if you're not very good at getting things straight, just deliberately go at an angle so that it looks as if it was meant to be like that. And then we've got just a, so that's nice bold lettering there to go with it. Pop that to one side, and then I'm going to stick this one down to go and finish that sentiment there. So let's just pop that on with a little bit of the acrylic glue there. So this is the tacky glue that I've just decanted into my little applicator bottle, and then we'll line that up so that we've got that just a note, and stick that one. Now then, because it's just a note, again, this is not going to be a card front. I've actually got in my stash, I've got some notebooks, yeah? So I've already covered the back in the same paper, and the matten layer on here is again from those paper pads. So we're actually going to stick this one down on here, and again, because we're going cardstock to a paper there, we're going to go with the collal glue. So I swap and change my glues depending on what we're sticking at the end of the day. They all have their own purpose. So I've popped that one on there, and then I'm just going to line it. I've just cut it slightly smaller so that there's a border around it. And the collal gives you that movement as well. You can sort of wiggle it around and actually make the movement on there, get it nice and straight.
Such a lovely idea for a homemade gift as well. If you didn't want to spend too much.
I use notebooks a lot. I record. I was saying to you earlier, Joe, that I am a pencil and paper kind of girl. I love making notes and writing lists, and keep a diary. And I've got little books for all sorts of things, So this would be a lovely way to just dress them up. I mean, the actual books themselves are cheap as chips. You can buy them. I think these came in a pack of 5 from one of those inexpensive shops.
Awesome.
And literally just by decorating them, again, choosing a theme that would suit the recipient. And then I've just got a few bits of embellishments out of my stash, a little bit of twine there. So I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of hot glue on the back of that one. Just made a little bow there. We've got a little key going on as well. We'll pop a little bit on the back of that one. And we'll pop that one in there. Whoops, get the tweezers again. That one can go in there as well. And then I've also just got a tiny little gem to go right in the top. I know I've just come off camera for a second, but I've got my wire for that. I need to sort my glue gun out because the wire's trapped. So I've just popped a little bit of glue in the centre there, and then we've got that little red just to pick up the red from the letter again. And again, nice personalised gift there. You've got the notepad inside, and it's just something that you can give. If we have a look at that on the close-up there, any colour scheme. If you want to change the colour of the actual book itself, I went with the neutral tones to match the book, but if you wanted to change the colour of the book, just use the inks. I would go straight direct with the ink pad and cover the whole of it. Would work really well. Or you could use some paint if you've got paints in your stash, sprays, anything like that. But because it was the neutral tones, that's what led me to those sort of papers. But yeah, those statements, honestly, you could literally use this. I could do like a show just with one alphabet, but they gave me 5. So I've had to do a different demo for each one.
Well,
yeah. I should be careful what I'm saying there, shouldn't I?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, there are loads of different ways to use this, which is great. So if you're going for the whole alphabet, then this would be the kind of way that you could use them if you wanted to. So you could repeat them and use them like a regular alphabet. A lot of you, though, are loving the idea of using them by just going maybe for a couple of them. You've got Queen of the Kitchen. There is coming with the Q, which is awesome. You've also got things like Mum as well with the M, and then also Relax. Now, Pam Craven, or PPE Pam as we know her here at Crafters TV, she says, apparently change the last number there, and that could be a birthday card for Pam on Saturday. Is it a big birthday, Pam?
Oh.
I don't think PPE Pam looks quite old enough to be celebrating that milestone birthday. You're going to have to let us know, Pam, that you've not made a typo there, because I'm just not buying it. I think the first 7, maybe, yeah. We need to, let's just double check that first before I get carried away with myself. A lot of you are going for the left fold alphabet, especially the alphabet on its own individually. Is very, very busy. If you want to get the alphabet on its own, it is available for you. And the great thing about these is, of course, having the ability that you can move that out. Individually, $29.99 or $39.99 if you want to get it on its own. And that gives you just the alphabet itself. It is really, really busy there on that one. Now, we're going to go and have a look at the balloons next, which is this one just here. Now, the balloon alphabet, you guys are loving it. I'm not surprised because the price is awesome on this. It's the balloon alphabet on its own, which is fantastic. So what you're going to get in there, all of those are awesome shapes that you're going to be able to make some really, really awesome personalised cards with, and you're getting the stamps as well. If you've got pigment ink pads, you're going to absolutely love using these because they are a match made in heaven with your pigment ink pads, but they're very, very modern, and a lot, I think you'll agree, Jan, of different sort of techniques that you can achieve with these ones.
Honestly, I'm going to demo these next, and I've got a really nice idea for these ones, but I think they look lovely, and they're a fun one, I think, these. We've seen some ones that are suitable for home decor, for card making. I think these have got a real fun element to them as well. So let me just see if I can find my samples. I've got little piles
no problem.
Everywhere.
Lots of people still talking about game shows. Betsy says, "Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?" It's her favourite game show. I like that one, but it's a bit. I'm going to say it. It's a bit long-winded. There's a lot of tense pauses, isn't there?
There is.
And well-timed ad breaks with that one. One I've not heard of, Jan. I don't know if you have. Family Feud.
Oh no!
Not heard of that one.
No,
Jodie, you're gonna have to let us know what happens in Family Feud. Monica says Wheel of Fortune. Now that is a good classic game show, isn't it? We like that one. Amy says as well, I like Wheel of Fortunes and Press Your Luck. She says in brackets, no whammies. I don't know what that is. It might be a swear, I'm not sure. Michelle says, Susan says as well how much she loves the colours that you're using there. Teresa, loving your demos, and lets us know that the gift that she got from that game show was an American Tourister suitcase, and she's still got it at 25 years on.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Michelle saying how much she loves all of her alphabets as well. PPE Pam isn't 70 on, that's what I call Pam, by the way. Pam made some for her own fabulous PPE out of acetate during lockdown and had us all in absolute, I think Pam might be the most hilarious craft house we've ever had. It was one of the very, very early ones. Had us all in stitching. Pam is 75 on Saturday. Pam, I mean, take 10 years off of that and I'd have said that might be a bit more accurate. 75, well, congratulations, Pam, for your birthday on Saturday. And Terry saying as well, Jan, you do the most beautiful design, so thank you for all of your demos.
Right, I've just got a few more samples for you. As I say, there's a real fun element to these. And again, you know, mixing and matching with the colours, using bits from your stash, from the paper pads, using your inks. But again, you can see this one. We've got Celebrate There, a New Baby. And inside, you've got those stamps that come with it. So we can create the balloons, you know, sort of real good sort of fun factor to it. We've also got Happy Day going on there. So you've got that lovely cupcake. I think that is from a different set actually, the cupcake, but again creating those balloons with the strings, they all come as part of your stamp set. And again, when we look inside here, you can see we've got the inside decorated as well there. So we've personalised this with a name. Again, you know, maybe sort of, we talked earlier about, you know, names that are not as easy to find in the stores. Again, you know, sort of Valentine's Day coming up after the new year. So again, really fun. They just look as if they're floating about in the air. They look terrific when they're embossed, which is what I'm going to do as part of the demo. And again, we were talking about that personalisation. Get my words out. So again, you know, popping a name on there just makes all the difference, I think. Those lovely, bright, vibrant colours just add to that fun feel. But again, look at it in the gold, just for that just married there. So again, the strings are all part of it. Those have been stamped on there and, they've been die cut, that one. And then using a little bit of glitter card in there just to add that bit of zhuzh to it. All right, so let's have a look at them then and see where we're going. Pop those back to the one side. So this one comes all as one set. So let's just see what we've got in here then. We've got our full alphabet there, and then you've got a matching set of stamps. So the idea is you can die cut and then stamp, or you can stamp and die cut. And if you're new to these, I would suggest trying both ways and see which works for you. I like to stamp first and then cut them out with the dies, but I know some people prefer to die cut the actual letter first and then line up the stamp with their platforms. No right or wrong, try both, see which works best for you. That's what I would say. So again, I've just got some stamping card and I'm just going to take a couple of the letters. We're going to take an E and an O there, all right? And then we want the same from the stamp, so we'll get those out ready as well. I always keep the layer that comes with it. Your layer of acetate that comes with your stamps is there to protect the stamps from the light, so I always keep that with it. So again, we're going to take that O and we're going to take an E, okay? Right, so I've got some of my quick dry inks again. I don't need the yellow one at the minute, but I'm going to use the orange and the parakeet. So this one's from the orange reds, and then this is from the turquoises. So let's just pop those up there.
Are they the quick dry ones, did you say?
Yes, they are, yeah. Right, so we need the little stamping platform again. And I'm telling fibs, I don't want quick dry inks because I'm going to emboss, don't I? Right, I'm just going to nip and get my pigment.
You're going to nip off, don't you worry. You nip off and get those.
Nip and get the pigments. I've picked the wrong ones up, Joe.
Fred's saying how beautiful all these samples are. Susan saying as well, I use large washi tape on the back of it and it keeps the bits on the washi tape. I think she's talking about paper piecing, which is a really great idea. Michelle says she's definitely going to be hitting up the dollar store to try and find some of those journals that you were talking about. And also Susan loving the idea of dressing up journals as well. Anne says her mum's birthday is Sunday and she'll be 92. Oh, I'm debating whether I should put the number on her card or not. I do have the butterflies. What do we think? I think 92 is an amazing achievement. I think there comes a point, but I think when we celebrate numbers, don't we? And then we stop celebrating them, and then we start celebrating them again.
Yeah, there's a gap in the middle where you don't want to admit it.
Absolutely, I think 92
but I think 92 is definitely worth celebrating, don't you? Yeah, my mistake there. I'm just thinking through in my head that if I'm going to emboss, I've just changed to the pigment inks purely because these stay sticky for longer and allow us to get our embossing powder. I'm just going to use clear embossing powder over the colours to keep the colours. So yeah, they're the same colour range if you're not familiar with our ink pads, but different uses for them. The quick dry, literally what it says on the tin, they dry so quick that my embossing powder wouldn't stick to them. So yeah, I've just done a quick swap over. So I'm going to use my letter O first. Let's pop that one on. And we'll use the orange there. So nice and gentle with these because they're a foam pad. If you press it down, you're literally going to get the ink all over. So nice and gentle, just kissing those stamps with your ink pad and building up that colour. So again, we're going to go for a letter O. Okay, so transfer that, and again it's just stamping card here that I've got, and then we want a letter E, and I'm going to do the E in the parakeet, which is the turquoisey colour. Nice bright colours.
Marianne's saying she's definitely tempted to get these at this price. I mean, at this price they are amazing.
Crazy, and you get such
£17.
a lot for your money. I mean, you'd spend that on a decent stamp set.
Absolutely.
You know, we're getting the dies in there as well,
and all the dies as well, and perfect for personalisation as well. I love that you're able to cut these out too. A lot of really lovely samples been made with these also. I know the design team had lots of fun with string and creating it's because it's really popular now, isn't it, to have like balloon. What's the word? Balloon.
Oh, all the designs that you can do.
Balloon
The balloon
sentiments, but in actual balloons, isn't
yes,
it? Like
yeah.
if you're an Instagrammer and you hit 10k, you get 10k in balloons, and all that sort of stuff, or names, or all sorts of things. So if you were doing that, this ties in really beautifully with that as well. Rose says, I have the balloon dies and can't get them. Loves using them. She's talking about asking for any suggestions on inks and techniques. She uses the quick dries and the stamping pads. Maybe give the pigments a go then, Jan, in that case, if you're not getting the desired technique with the quick dries.
So I'm just heating. It doesn't matter whether you heat from the top or the bottom. The reason I've done it this way is so that you can see that change, and you can see that strength of colour coming back through there.
So why might you want to do it from behind rather than in front?
Sorry, say that again, Joe.
Why might you want to do it from behind rather than in front?
Like I say, I've done this on TV so that you could see.
Oh,
sometimes it can blow the embossing powder. The directional heat tools, like I've used here, the larger directional ones, they're quite fierce. And they're brilliant for heat embossing, but sometimes they can blow the embossing powder away. I use one of the slower ones at home that's like a little hairdryer, and just again personal, I find that you get a bit more control over it. So what we're going to do next then is cut these out, and we're going to use the die, and I'm just sat looking at my embossing powder, and I'm just going to put the lid on it so that we don't have any major accidents. Otherwise it's going to look as if it's been snowing. Right, so we'll bring that little mini in again. These definitely fit through here without a doubt. And we've got some tape left, so I'm just going to line these up and literally always check with your dies where the cutting edge is. Sometimes they're right on the outside edge of the die. Sometimes there's a little tiny lip. We can see this on this one. You can just see here there's a little lip before the edge of the cutting side of it. So just think about where that is, and I tend to line it up above it. Just move this out of the way a second. Just line it up above it and then just drop it down until that covers the letter, and then these definitely need to be stuck down. So again, we've got that nice and straight above it, and just drop it until it's covered that last little bit, and then chop it down so that it fits through that mini, and we're going to cut these out.
Awesome.
Now then, have you worked anything out yet, Joe?
I don't know, should I have?
Should you have? I said I've got a surprise for you.
The O and the E.
Yeah.
Noel.
There's a clue there, isn't there?
Joel. I don't know.
I don't know, he says.
I don't know what's coming.
I told him earlier I'd got a little surprise for him.
know.
So again, we'll just release these out, and I'll pop them back on here so that you can see them there. And then we've got the E. Oops. You know, it helps to cut it first, Jan. I'm thinking they've both been through. We only put one through, didn't we? I'm thinking, why is it not cut?
Yeah, they're not magic dies.
No, not quite that good yet. I'm sure we'll get there. Give us a few more years and we'll be all right.
You just wave them over and they magically cut out. Can you imagine?
All right, so again, we've got that one there. Right. So then we've got the E. So you can see where these are coming along now. Yep. So let's pop these off to one side. So now then, a couple of times ago, Joe, you said that you really enjoyed a TP card.
Love a TP card,
so
Jan. Might even go as far as to say it is my favourite type of card.
Yep, so again, I've left this deconstructed. Normally I would have put it together, but just to show you how quickly these come together, I have got 3 pieces all the same size, and these measure 5 3/4 square. Okay, and then I've scored them from one corner to the other. They're all identical. And then all I'm going to do, I'll use my tape pen for this. We're going to literally stick them like this. So I've taken it from being straight, and I'm just going to tip it and line one edge up with the score line on this next one. So I'm just going to put my finger here so that I know where to come to with the tape pen, and then just cover this area here, whoops, so that we've got some adhesive. Again, whichever adhesive you fancy, I've just gone for the tape pen for speed, and then we're going to line this one up, again just leaving that score line showing, and stick that one down. And then I'm going to bring the score line straight on the next piece. Again, we've got the same one, tip it slightly until that straight edge fits here. So again, finger just to show me where I need to go, and then cover this bit with the adhesive. Okay, and then we've got this one lined up. And this is how, there are a couple of ways of making these, but this is how I like to do them. And then when you bring all this together and fold the other one in, you can see we've created that TP design. Okay.
How awesome.
Right, we've got several parts to this demo. All right, so the next bit then, I've created some mats and layers, and I've picked colours that match my letters. All right, and also what we've got on the show today are some of the gilding flakes. Okay, so again, we're going to do a little bit with these just to add a bit more detail. All right, so I'm going to take my very finest red line tape with just 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to use my grid. Have I got more than one piece there? I think I have. Let's take that one out of the way for a minute. Line it up with the grid, and then I'm going to use that grid to keep my tape straight. So I want a line of it across there, and then I'm just going to snip it level with the coloured part of the cardstock. I don't want it to flop over the edge there. So literally just there, and then line it up again just under that line on the grid there, and then I'm going to come again just one line down and run a parallel, all right, on there. Now this is a really quick way of using your gilding flakes if you've got them in your stash. If not, we've got 3 different colours on the show. I will bring you the other colours in a second. I'm going to use the silver on this blue card, and then I'll show you the other colours because I've worked with the 3 different colours. So let's just get that bit out of the way. So this has created us a sticky surface now. Now the one thing I will say with these is once you've opened them, do not sneeze. Don't breathe, because they literally go everywhere. Under normal circumstances, I would decant these into a larger container, but these are brand new ones, so I've not had chance yet. So I'm literally going to take the red line off the tape, and then you just want to cover the tape with the flakes. They really are just a lovely touch. You can do this on any of your projects, so just stick them down. You just want little bits. It doesn't matter how it looks at the minute. You might think, well, that looks a right mess, Jan. But just bear with me because we're going to actually...
Oh, Jan, that looks all right. What are you playing at, Jan?
That's not usually. I'm usually neater than this, aren't I?
Call yourself a crafty, Jan.
Shocking,
Jan, whilst
isn't
you're
it?
just placing those, can I just show everyone the other 2 colours that we've got?
can.
So we've got that gorgeous copper colour, which I really, really lovely. It's a very, very vibrant copper that we've got just here. Or you've also got that gorgeous gold there as well. So they're the other 2 options that you've got. $3.99 or $5.99 is your price on those as well. What Craig always talks about as well is putting them in a whacking great container, and they sort of puff up. They're like magic, aren't they?
Yeah, you might think it's only a little pot, but these will go such a long way. And then I've just got a stipple brush here that I find work quite well, and I'm just going to brush off the excess, and you can see that it's just stuck to where that tape was, and it's just a lovely little extra touch to your cards. And then all this that's come off is all going to go back into the pot. So that's why I say it's bigger. It's better to have a slightly bigger pot. So again, at home I would be brushing all this together, and I would be getting all the big pieces, and I would be putting them back in here. But because we're on TV, we're going to put the lid on there, and forgive me because I am literally going to swipe these off out of the way, otherwise we'll be covered. Can you see them, look, flying around? We'll be covered in them for the rest of the day.
You know, Jan, I was thinking about it. So my Christmas tree is all silver baubles. I really struggled to get some nice ones. What you could do, couldn't you just smear a bit of tacky glue on some baubles and just cover them in that, do you think, and then just brush it off?
You could, yeah.
I still haven't got a topper for me tree either, Jan, is the other thing I'm really struggling with.
So you could make a star out of them, couldn't
But what I could do is, could just get like a big cardboard star, some of the silver gilding flakes, stick them on with some tacky glue, and then just buff them off.
Yeah. So you can see there,
Are they yours or ours, those silver gilding flakes?
These are mine.
Oh. I wonder if we've got some.
Oh, you might.
Not that I'd steal them, obviously. I might just
need to check my bag when I
accidentally
go.
slip into my sack, my big Santa sack. My backpack is just down here, by the way, with my pom-pom on, so it could just fall into there.
I just need to check, don't I, before I go home. So you can see we've got the silver one on the blue, I have got the copper one on the orange, and then I've got the gold one on the yellow. And you can see a bit of a theme coming on here. We've got the blue, and I just happen to have got a yellow one ready as well. Okay, so let's move those to one side.
I love this, Jan. I'm so excited.
This is for you, Joe.
I'm so happy with this.
This is for you. I've got gilding flakes everywhere now. It's like major dandruff going on over here.
You know where this could go, Jan?
Oh, go on.
On the top of my tree.
Oh my goodness.
Couldn't it? Because it's a teepee. I could just slot it on the top. Do you think that's a little bit narcissistic?
Not at all.
Okay, brilliant.
If you don't do it, it's like, why not? So in the stamp set, you can see that we've got the little strings as well for the balloons, all right? You've also got the matching dies for them here as well. Yeah, so you can stamp and cut them out. I actually chose to use some twine because I wanted them to look as if it was like a string of balloons, okay? So I've just added onto the back of each one a little piece. I've just got the ones I've done earlier. So I wanted to create like a little sort of spray of Joe balloons there, look. So that's where we're heading. So let's just pop some of this together. So we should be okay with our tape pen. And all I'm going to do is look at which bits. We've got 3 sides. So I'm going to start at the front here. I'm going to start with the yellow one. Let me just, this is what, let's not waste the dots. Let's use the double-sided one. And we're going to pop these on as mats and layers. So again, these are all from those paper pads. Those textured cardstocks. We've got that lovely bright yellow and orange is from one of the pads, and then the blue is from the blues and purples, I think. And then I just sort of fold again. So the next one's going to be this one. So we're then going to come on with the orange one. Okay. So again, just the double-sided. If you want to use your wet glues, if you want to use your tapes, you could actually raise them up on foam pads if you wish, whatever works for you as far as the glue's concerned. And I've just cut these slightly smaller than the outside of the card so that we've got a bit of a border. And then the third one's going to come on there. So, one more to fit on there. Just add some adhesive. And that's going to go on there. And I did this deliberately because I know Joe likes his colours. So we've got a little bit of bling on there for you, Joe. We've got some nice colours on there. That one's going to fit. What could be better? So when you get home, you'll have to secure this bit. I'll leave it flat because it will actually go into an envelope when it's flat.
Perfect.
But when you get home, you'll just need to put a little bit of glue and secure it together. Okay, so which side would you like the name on? Which colour side, Joe?
I think, what colour is the name again? Can we just...
We've got yellow J, an orange O and a turquoise E.
Oh, I think we should go on the orange side. Just
on the
because
orange
the orange
one.
Is in the middle, and I think the partial OCD part of my brain would love that.
Fantastic. All right.
Jana, I'm excited. I'm so excited for this. Maybe on the other side, I'll have a picture of Cher and a picture of Celine Dion. I'll stick them on the other sides. So it'd be me, Celine, and Cher on the top of my tree.
On the top of the tree. Perfect. Christmas there, Joe.
What could be better?
So again, if you saw me a couple of shows ago, we were using the nesting dies. These come in handy for everything. So again, I've just cut the black to match the black on the mats on my card, piece of white on top, and then I've popped some foam pads on the back of these, and we're literally just going to go as if we've got that little cluster of balloons there with the thread. So let me just take those backs off. I hope I've secured it well, Joe, and it doesn't fall to pieces. Let's pop that one on. So then we've got...
Well, you're not filling me with confidence, Jan.
No, I'm sure I have.
Sure you
Normally with the speed we go with demoing, it's but I did pay particular attention. I thought, I know what I can do with this. And then we've got the E there. So Joe, just for you. And then we're going to stick that onto the yellow side, on the orange side just there. So I think we'll go with a couple more. I've got some more foam pads in my bag. So let's just find which ones we've got in there. So, oh, here we go. So I'm going to put these onto that orange panel. Let me just fold that down. And I don't want them to stick out the back, so we'll literally just put them one.
Jan, I'm obsessed with this card already. I think it's fabulous. And doesn't it just show you, I mean, what a difference it makes? I mean, for that investment, £17
I can't
or
believe that
$27.
price.
I mean, even if you just made, you haven't got to make that many cards with this, have you? Or that,
no,
you know,
not to
add
get your money.
personalisations. I think they are a great size that you could even, do you know what? If you put that bit on with the Velcro dot, the name plaque, I mean, I could take it off and use it as a tag later as well.
You
I mean,
could.
for tags, I think they're going to be a great size as well. How about just using the stamps on their own, Jan, as well? Or just using the dies on their own coloured
There's so many different variations, there really is. And this is what I love about it. You know, it gives you options rather than just buying a product that does one job. It really does give you the choice to work with it. So we're going to pop that one. I'm just going to stand it up so that I can see the positioning. So we're going to bring it into its shape, and then I'm going to pop that one across here. So we'll give it a press down flat now it's on there. And then somewhere amidst all my bits of mess, here we go, I've got a little tiny bit just to anchor them together. So I'm going to bring the hot glue gun in again, just a little tiny bit underneath there, just to secure those strings. And then I've got a little bow to go over the top there. Okay, whoops. And then when we stick it together at the back, we've got our Joe, just for you. There you go.
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Love that. Thank you so much, Jan. I'm going to pop that on the top of my tree and I'll send you a little picture.
Oh, bless you.
And if when I haven't got friends around, I'll have the Joe side facing me. And then when friends pop round, just in case they think I'm a bit of a narcissist, I'll spin it round. We'll have Celine and Cher.
You could. Why
there
not?
You go. I mean,
why not? Yeah, absolutely perfect.
What could be better?
Yep.
Fantastic. Laura's just said in my ear that's some sort of holy trinity. if only. I mean, that's the dream, isn't it, Laura? Let's face it. Marilyn says, so nice of Jan. Joe, you're the man of the day. Oh, thanks. Shadaya as well saying, Joe, I love your imaginative brain. Oh, thank you. Randy's letting me know as well that her tree is completely decorated. She did it with her granddaughter on Sunday. It turned out very nice considering she's only 3 years old. That girl has her own ideas about everything. That sounds quite fabulous. Now remember, the alphabet, £17 or $27 if you want to get your hands on them, which is absolutely awesome. So do grab those if you want to get hold of them. Right, we also have as well, don't forget the Prism Flakes. I think value for money wise, these are all, I mean, I was going to just ask Jan if I could just borrow hers for a moment to show you that, and then maybe not take them back over, but I think she'd rumble me. So you've got here the gold and the silver, sorry, you've got the gold and the copper here, and they come in that silver as well. Jan is having none of it.
You can borrow my silver if you wish, Joe.
No, it's fine. $3.99 or $5.99 is your price there on those ones. Right, 12 by 12 paper pads. Very, very busy. Do you know what? The neutral tones, not the most exciting of the bunch, but an absolute essential because they go awesome with loads of different things. So you can see here what you've got. So you've got on here your grey tones. They are double-sided as well. You've got 36 sheets in here. It's 230 GSM, so it's a really good heavyweight double-sided cardstock there for you. So you've got the neutrals, then you've got the warm tones, this red. Do you know what I'm going to call it? I'm going to call it what it is, Jan. It's a sexy red. That's what it is.
It sure is.
It's like the bottom. It's voluptuous. It reminds me of Kinky Boots, the musical.
Kinky Boots,
no
yeah.
one wants burgundy. It's all about
the sexy red.
Jam. That's what
It
it's
sure
about.
is.
There's no burgundy in here, just that sexy red. Then you've also got as well the sunflower tones in here too, which are absolutely gorgeous. You've got your oranges, fruity, your yellows, and your greens as well. And then you've got in here the cool tones as well, which is absolutely awesome. You can see all of those lovely colourways that you've got running through there. Right, we've also got a lot of you multi-ordering going for all of those, by the way, which is, of course, you're more than welcome to do. Let's go and have a look at next the... Oh, we saved. I think we might have saved the best till last, because these are awesome. I love the Shadow Alphabet because they are, do you know what they remind me of, Jan? They're like they're a bit retro. That's how I see them.
Yes, they are.
Do you remember when
they?
we used to all wear kickers? I remember being a kid wearing kickers and having Benetton jumpers, and that's
yes.
what this reminds me
Yes.
of. You remember that, like the
I
United Colours of Benetton? They recently had a gorgeous jumper online, United Colours of Benetton, Jan. I went on to order it. It was an infant's jumper.
Oh,
I think that says a lot about my dress sense, doesn't
cruel,
it?
isn't
Do you not
it?
think I think that says more about me than it does about Benetton. But here you're going to get all of the alphabets in there for you. You're going to get the Z, the Y, you get the ampersand in there as well. So you're getting absolutely everything that you're going to need there, which is awesome. If you want to get, that's the number collection on your screen just there, $17.50 or $28. If you want to get the alphabet, which is what I'm holding just here, then that's the details there for you on the screen. £42 or $67 is your price on those ones. Of course, you can still use your Club Inspire discount as well. Mary says she loves the black and grey tones. I mean, I said they were a bit unadventurous, but Mary
I'm going to try and do a
them.
demo with that neutral pad, just to show people what they can do. I think in a future show, I think we'll have a go at putting something together with that pad.
I mean, it's not the most inspiring one, but those, I may be wrong, Jan, but I'm thinking that the whites, the light greys, the greys and the blacks, they're like essentials,
they
especially
are,
for
honestly.
grounding
It's like
things.
not everybody wants the black on a card. I think it makes the colours pop, but some people don't like using black on cards. So to change that to sort of a grey tone, you're still getting that alternative colour to match, what you're working with, but it's not quite as sort of drastic maybe as a black one. I don't mind black on cards, but I know one or two of my friends that have said, I'd never dream of using black on a card. But yeah, I think I might in the future, I might see if I can put a demo together using those colours just to show what we could actually do with them, because you've got that ombre effect going on from the white through the pale grey into the colour and then into the dark one. Yeah. See if we can come up with something.
You might be able to, like sometimes with some of the bigger alphabet dyes, they sometimes stack up the rainbows.
Yes.
I wonder if you could do that with
That would
blacks.
look good,
Is that the
wouldn't
sort
it?
of thing you're thinking of? Yeah.
Yes,
Very
yeah.
classy. I'm seeing that maybe with a bit of silver glitter card, Jan.
All right. I will bear it in mind.
We know that sometimes people say they've got all the gear and no idea. I'm the opposite. All
You've
the
got the
idea,
ideas.
none of the implementation. That's my problem. I mean,
That's all right,
it
that's
works
what
up
makes us
here.
a
It
good
just doesn't
team.
work down here, I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
teamwork, Joe. That's what it's all about.
If you did just want to go for a few initials in the shadow alphabets, you can. Details there on the bottom of your screen. Any 6 of them, $12.50 or $20. So do grab those if you want them. Right, stop. Demo time.
Do.
I'm glad you got the reference, Jan, because for a split second
I'm
I was
on the
thinking,
same wavelength,
Jan's
Joe,
got
we're all
no
right.
idea what I'm on about.
Right, so I've just got a few samples to give you some ideas, and then we're actually going to do a Christmas card, seeing as it was National Christmas Card Day. We're going to finish with a Christmas card. So you can see there, we've spelt that word mum. We've got the easel card going on again there with it, but they just give that effect that they're standing out off the page with this lovely sort of shadow effect round the outside of them. So really pretty pastel shades there. Again, going a bit more bold and putting the black behind it. We've got that congrats, which makes a terrific focal point on your cards. Got some stenciling behind that one. And then again, we've got happy birthday. Let me get it the right way up for you. So again, this one's almost like the bridge fold. We've used the banner there to make the bridge. So that's been cut into the cardstock, and you can still see that detail through it. So again, very sort of youthful, HB2U. It's also to text speak, isn't it? Yeah, fantastic. And then we've got another, that was my congrats one. But again, going more neutral there. you know, you can see that in the craft card and the more neutral tones. That would look nice in those greys actually. That would come up nice in those grey tones out of that pad. And then of course, you know, cut them out of your cardstock, and we've got the good old shaker card going on. So again, we've put acetate behind the wording this time and actually put our little shaker pieces behind there to make it into a shaker card. So lots of ideas. Right, pop those to one side then. So these actually come as individual packets now. So again, you can pick and choose if you just wanted to buy some of them. I always sort of try and go for the sets. I know it's easy to say, but I can guarantee if I chose some letters out that the next event that comes up, I've not got the right letter. And then you go back and they've gone up to full price, and you think, you know, if they're available as a bundle, that's when we can give you the best deal as far as the money's concerned. And then with your Club Inspire discounts, you're going to get you're confident you're going to get the best offer. So I've chosen the letters to spell Noel this time because Christmas was very long. I'm not a fan of Xmas.
No,
so
me neither.
No, I'm not a fan of Xmas.
Do you know what else I don't like as well? I go to Glastonbury every year, try to and get a ticket, Jan, when people call it Glasto.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not a fan of things being shortened.
Xmas, I feel like Xmas is just a, no.
Yeah, it's not right, yeah.
What about Crimbo? I don't mind Crimbo.
Proper Crimbo.
Proper Crimbo, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to take this one off, and we've got, let me just bring it on here again for you. You can see the size of these, a little bit smaller. Again, they would work great for those scrapbook layouts to actually do your titles with. So what I've got is just literally a scrap. This is out of the scrap box, and I'm just going to cut it in black. So I'm going to pop this on here, and again I may as well use the mini because I know it will fit through there. It's come in handy today. My big daddy Gemini is going to be getting the face on again. I might have to use it. I'm back again later at Joe and I are back at 4 o'clock, so I might have to give it a bit of love.
Good plug there. Good plug. It's a whole different thing. Good plug there, Jan. Seamless link, tedious link there. But what's coming up in that later show? What are we getting excited about? Ooh. I'm seeing some gorgeous embossing folders and some beautiful stamps down here.
Yes, and we've got some elements from that Peacock collection as well. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. So you've got two parts to this. You've actually got your letter. So we've got the L there, but this is actually the bit that I want. All right, so when I just pop the rest of these my pokey tools all gunged up now with something, pop these little tiny elements out of here, you can see where the shadow part comes in, and I'm just going to pop it on a piece of cardstock for you so that you can see what I mean. But if we can actually, if I turn it round this way, we can see better. Can you see how it's created? You see it there? Yep. How it's created, and it makes it look, I know I used to draw letters like this when I was younger, where you actually take your pen and you draw the extension of them to make them look as if they're like a 3D letter. But just having that through the back, you'll be able to see it better when we put this together. So what I've done ahead of time is I've done all 4 of the letters. You can see them on there, how they look better actually than what I've just shown you against the white. We've got Noel.
You'll love this.
Right.
Sally says, I hate Xmas. It sounds like a skin complaint to me. Oh, I've got terrible eczema on my arm. You want to get a cream for that?
I love that. That's brilliant. So,
I guess it does sound like eczema, doesn't it? I guess that's the thing.
So we're going to make a DL size card, but I'm going to go landscape with this time. So we've got the piece of paper, and this is from one of our paper pads. I'm not sure, it's either from the Christmas one or the Santa's Kitchen one. I'm not quite sure which one. I have them all lying around, but you've got the candy stripes going on there. I thought that was a nice contrast against the black. So what I've done is I've cut them like I showed you here. You can see that one's exactly the same. This has just been run through the Xyron, so the white that you can see behind it is the carrier sheet from the Xyron. So what we're going to do then is we're going to stick these down onto here. So I'm just going to peel them off carefully. And again, I'm just going to, I wanted to be a bit more sort of arty with these rather than going all in a line. So again, we're going to go 1. Oops a daisy, I can see my first mistake there. Let me just peel that one back off.
What have you done, Jan?
It's upside down.
Oh no.
It's upside down, and you know, you think, well, with an N, does it matter? But it does, because I want the shadows at the right hand side, otherwise it won't match up with the other letters. So again, we'll pop that one back. I'm not worried that it's left a bit of sticky, because I'm going to pop something inside them. I just realised.
You know what the kids, you know what shade is, don't you? If you're down with the kids, Jan.
Oh no, I'm not down with the kids.
Like basically like throwing shade, like
is
being
it?
a bit like I can't really say the word, can I? Being a bit sort of rude, but in a bit of a catty sense.
Oh, I see. I'm definitely not down with the kids.
Have you heard about that, Jan? She's been throwing shade at Debbie or something along those lines. That would be, you know, talking about when Debbie comes in and makes your mat all sticky and doesn't clean it. If we were down with the kids, which we are not. I'm definitely not down with the kids.
Right, so you can see there where we've got our shadows down. You can see those shadows at the back. But just to make it stand out then is I've cut the letters again. I did this exercise again with red card, but this time I want the letter rather than the shadow. And we're going to pop these in the middle to make that pop a little bit. So again, we've got that lovely sort of Christmas cherry red going on. And then this actually brings it all together a bit better. So I've just popped some little foam pads on the back of these, and we're actually going to pop these in the middle like so. All right, so I've done exactly the same. I've matted and layered. I've been out with my, I'm a dab hand with my fine liner pen, my art liners.
Where does that term come from, you know? I was thinking about this the other day, being a dab hand.
A dab hand, oh,
because it's an interesting one we use all the time. I love Laura, she says whenever we pose a question, all you hear is, Googling.
So yeah, I've just done a little bit of a border around the outside. It looked a bit sort of plain to me like this, so I've just drawn around with the pen around the outside. So again, we'll actually take these foam pads off the back of this one. Just pop these off. These are a little bit smaller. And then...
It's just a British-ism, apparently,
right.
Being a dab hand. So it means just being super good at something.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then again, I'm just going to literally line those up in the gap. Because we've cut everything with a die, you know that it's going to line up. And that's what I love about this. All the thinking has been done for you, and you just get to do the playing part. And that's what I like playing. Okay, so we're just going to line these up back in there. Pop that one inside there. The O's in two pieces like that, which I quite like. It's got a definite feel to it, this one. I think I went a bit giddy with the foam pads. Let's just take those backs off. I like to make sure everything's stuck down. So we've got a few bits of foam pad everywhere. Come on off. And then we've got that E in that one. And then the last one is that L on the end. So we've got no L there. And rather than doing a straight line this time, we've gone for that sort of slight overlap on them just to give it a bit more.
My old housemate Stacey, her mum Jackie, thought that it was Noel.
No.
Which is not Noel. Even at Christmas you put the sign up. She goes, oh, it's a lovely Noel sign you got there. I mean, where's the lie, really? It does say Noel, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And this is what we were... I once remember watching a comedian talking about names and about how things are spelled differently, and we were in stitches, you know, and like this would be one of them, wouldn't it? Because it's like it can mean two different things totally. So I'm literally going to line that one up on my card blank that I've just made out of Centura pearl. We've just left a border around the edge there. Nice and simple, that one. All right, fairly quick, but showing off those alphabets to their best. And then also, from when we cut the original set of alphabets, I've also got the black letters left out of the original. So you almost get two for. You get a two for the price of one, because you could just as easily make a partner card with, let me just pop them on here so that we can see. Oh, like the
negative?
Yeah, this is the bit that came out of the centre of the, do you know when we die cut this piece? This was the one that came out. So again, you could make a second card, sort of a similar design, or you could use it on the envelope. These are actually sort of almost what's come out of the die. Certainly wouldn't class those as scraps. I'd be keeping those in the box. You know, you might have a friend called, I don't know, Leon.
Oh, I've got a neighbour called Leon.
Yeah. You know, you could actually sort of go this way and add a Y to it. You've got the word only. You've got the word. Look at this.
Maybe
How many words can you make out of Noel?
We could do a card for Elon Musk and send it to him if you wanted to. You know, I bet he loves the shadow alphabet. So that's your shadow alphabet there. That's the 5th one that we've made. Okie dokes. Laura was just asking if my neighbour has had the baby yet. They have. Were you here when we were talking about the story, Jan?
No.
Well, I moved into the new apartment, and I've never lived like opposite. You know, like windows here, windows over there, and it's probably not much wider than the length of the studio, I'd say. So it's a fair way, but they're at eye level, so I can see right into their apartment, they can see right into mine. And I did notice when I moved in, she was very, very pregnant. And I thought to myself, one day I'm going to come home and there's going to be a baby. And sure enough, last block of 4 got home and she was stood there in the window, a little bambino.
Lovely.
And I said it might be nice to put a window sign in saying congratulations. And everyone said it was really creepy. Just lets them know that you're watching them.
Well,
so
that would actually sort of send a signal that you were watching there, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Craig said he's going to make me a card. So maybe I'll find out what apartment number they are and put a card in. But even friends have said that's too creepy as well. I think that's all right. I think it's a level, don't you? I think we're fine there. I really do.
Oh, bless you.
Right. I keep calling Randy a her, and I'm really sorry, but Randy is a him. I'm sorry. Maybe I should just go with them, they from there on, and then you just can't get it wrong then, can you? You're always right. Sorry about that, Randy. Very, very busy on those shadow alphabets still, as I knew it would be. Remember as well, options for going for these. You can either go for the whole alphabet if you want to. Details are right there now on your screen. Or what you can do is you can just cherry pick. So it's any 6 of them for $12.50 or for $20. It is completely up to you. So you've got the option to do that there. You do have the numbers available to you as well. And if you want to go for the numbers, exactly the same concept. Nice to, because of the size of these, Jan, better be nice to use the numbers and the names together.
Yes.
You know, like Joe, what would my next one be? Oh, Joe 35, which feels very strange. I still think in my head I'm about 23.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not, and I don't look it.
Well, if you flick yours round, that's closer to me. So think yourself lucky.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, dear.
And also the numbers are available to you as well. So just check the website. Oh, and shut the front door. You can mix and match because the numbers are also within the multi-buy, which I think is absolutely awesome. Right, some pictures been sent in, which we love receiving. Your pictures. So Mary has sent this one into us, which is a beautiful scrapbook page that she's made just here.
That's using the make a statement, isn't it? That's beautiful. Yeah, they do really give an impact, don't they? Absolutely gorgeous.
Karen sent us in a Christmas card. Now, I don't know if she sent this one or received it. I reckon she sent it.
I think that's amazing.
I recognised those nesting dies.
Yes.
That's what she got up to yesterday, apparently. Really lovely.
Fantastic.
Melissa did this yesterday whilst we were off air.
I love that everybody was crafting while we were off air. That's brilliant. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
Really, really awesome.
Yep.
Then this next one here is from Cindy Smith as well. Really, really love that. I love the colours. I love the floral elements.
Yeah, I can see those nesting dies in there. We've got the poinsettia die and the pink looks terrific, doesn't it?
It does indeed. And then Karen Eberling's granddaughter sent this one into. We must find out Karen Eberling's granddaughter's name, you know.
Oh.
I reckon, as a rule, when you write in and tell us about your children and your grandchildren, you should put their name. We need their names in brackets.
Yeah.
Because we always refer to them as, you know,
the granddaughter.
Karen Eberling's granddaughter. Yeah. She's got a probably a beautiful name. Right, lots of you saying how much you love that card that Jan's just made. It really, really was gorgeous. Lots of you still talking as well about game shows too.
Have you seen the new one that started at the weekend? The Wheel.
The Wheel? No,
yeah,
I haven't.
I think that one's only just started with, I think it was Michael McIntyre. Yeah, that was quite good as well.
I love Michael McIntyre.
Yeah.
Me and his, someone said my laugh isn't that far away from Michael McIntyre's.
No, probably not,
Not a million miles away. Apparently we're sort of laugh twins.
Yeah.
I look like Alan Carr, laugh like Michael McIntyre. I know. The one that I'm not so keen on is The Wall.
You see,
The Wall.
Yeah,
Wall. What's his name? Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer, The Wall.
We're going to play The Wall.
Watch that one just purely because it was him. Yeah, because I'm a fan of his. But yeah, The Wall. The Wall. Is that how he says it? Yeah, with his Cockney accent.
We're going to play The Wall. We're going to play The Wall now, Jan. Right, shall we have a little recap of everything we've seen in the show today? Very, very popular, that left fold alphabet, which is where we started. As you can see here, you've got the left fold alphabet there for you. It's a whole collection. So you get, of course, the alphabet, you get the numbers, and you get the 2 stamp and die collections which go with it as well. £59 or $70 if you want to go for those ones. We also had that balloon alphabet for you. I think if you were thinking, do you know what, you want a little bit of a crafty treat but you're not going to break the bank, this is it. I'm surprised this isn't in our cartload show on Thursday, because this is a cartload price to me. It's a really, really great deal that you've got just there. The next one that we have up is the Gemini Butterfly Alphabet and Numbers die collection with 141 elements. You get absolutely loads of schmetterlings for your money in there. And if you want to go for that one, Club Inspired Platinum members, £84 in the UK means you save £42. Platinum members US, $104, meaning you save $62.95. Free postage and packaging and shipping and handling for everybody as well. Talking about free postage and packaging, try that again. Talking about free postage and packaging, let's try that again. Talking about free P&P and free shipping and handling, third time lucky, Jan. We've also got the Make a Statement Stamper die collection for you as well, with 27 elements, as you can see just here, £105 or $138. Well, it's been a lovely show, Jan. I've really
enjoyed it. I knew when I got the details through for this one that it was going to be a nice show, and I think it's been great to show you how all the different alphabets work. So anybody that hasn't purchased an alphabet or doesn't own one, it's given you an idea as to which one might work for you best. You know, I know some of us have got more than one of those sets, and as I say, I think in future it might be nice to see about mixing and matching some of those alphabets as well, and see if we can actually look at how they'd work together. So if you've got more than one set, we could actually have a go at mixing them. Yeah.
Absolutely. A lot of you already shopping ahead for Creative Cravings. If you want to do that, get yourself over to the website, click offers, and then under offers you'll see Creative Cravings. Have a little click there. We want some questions, don't we, for Creative Cravings as well, Jan? We'd love some.
Yes.
The Crafty Clinic will open.
Why not?
I mean, I don't think I'll fit in the jacket, to be honest. I've put some extra pounds back on again, but I'll give it a go. We'll see. We'll see how that pans out. You've got an hour basically, so get yourself, get the kettle on, get some breakfast, grab some lunch, do what you need to do. Make sure you join us back here in an hour. Massive thanks to Jan. Big thanks to you guys. See you back here in an hour. Take care.